Have you noticed it too? Like the whole world is pretending to care, but behind the scenes, it's just one giant transaction. People smile, products promise, relationships sparkle, but everything feels like it's trying to take something from you, not give. It's like we're stuck in a game where trust is the currency and everyone's bankrupt. You spend hundreds on something premium and walk away emptier than before. A friend calls not to connect but to leverage. Companies sell you comfort while mining your pain. People perform kindness until your guard is down. What happened to truth, to soul, to value? If you're feeling this deep growing dissonance like everything is built on some invisible scam, you're not paranoid. You're waking up. In this video, we'll unpack why modern life feels so empty and transactional, how it connects to Carl Jung's concept of the shadow, and how an awakened soul can stay sane in a world designed to deceive. So stay with me because this will rewire the way you see reality. Everywhere you look, there's this vibe of, what can I get out of you? Not love, not truth, not presence, just extraction. Everything's become content, even conversations. We used to crave depth. Now we scroll. We used to build trust slowly. Now we swipe and unfollow by impulse. Even healing became a business model. Even spirituality. You're no longer a person. You're a target audience. But Carl Jung saw this coming. He spoke of the shadow, the unconscious part of us that we deny or repress, the greedy, jealous, manipulative bits we pretend aren't there. But what happens when an entire society refuses to face its collective shadow? It begins to project. When you refuse to face your own manipulation, you'll attract manipulators. When you repress your need for control, you'll feel the world is constantly trying to control you. When we run from our own dishonesty, we start seeing scams everywhere. And often, we're not wrong. Because the more we disown the shadow, the more it runs the show. We become actors in a world of actors, performers projecting illusions while craving authenticity more than anything. Here's the paradox. The more disconnected we are from our inner truth, the more easily we fall for external lies. Think about the last time you bought something you didn't really need. Maybe it was a skincare routine that promised transformation, or a course that guaranteed success in 30 days. Did it leave you fulfilled, or just lighter in the wallet? Here's what's happening. Companies are experts at studying the psychology of the shadow. They don't sell you products, they sell you the missing pieces of yourself. Feeling lonely? They sell you connections, but it's algorithmic. Insecure? They sell you beauty, airbrushed and temporary. Feeling lost? They sell you identity through brands and status. Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Corporations know this better than we do. They know your unconscious fears and suppressed desires, often before you do. That's what algorithms are, predictive shadows of your behavior. This is why everything feels like a scam, because on a deeper level, it is. When you don't face your own shadow, someone else will monetize it. Every click, every craving, every insecurity becomes an entry point. It's not personal, it's structural. A system that thrives not on your wholeness, but on your disconnection. That's why relationships start to feel transactional, why friendships feel conditional, why even family bonds sometimes operate like unspoken contracts of, I gave you this, so you owe me that. The collective shadow leaks into everything. We no longer see people, we see opportunity, leverage, or competition. A scam doesn't always look like a scam. It's a curated life on Instagram. The subscription with hidden fees. The relationship that looks like love but operates like manipulation. Transparency died when appearances became more profitable than reality. Jung believed that the more we repress the shadow, the more it erupts in destructive forms. Today, that eruption looks like fake authenticity, weaponized empathy, and the feeling that everyone is secretly playing a game of extraction. We live in the age of the performance mask. Everyone's projecting an image. Brands, influencers, ordinary people, curating their lives like highlight reels. But behind the filters, the shadow is running the show. Instead of confronting envy, greed, loneliness, or rage, we bury it. We put on a smile, post the aesthetic shot, and say, I'm fine. But the more we bury it, the more it leaks out through manipulation, empty promises, and scams. This avoidance creates fragmentation. When you deny your anger, you overcompensate with fake kindness, and people sense the dishonesty. When you repress your desire, it comes out as obsession or unhealthy attachments. When you deny your fear, you cling to control of others, outcomes, appearances, and this avoidance is contagious. When everyone is running from themselves, society becomes a hall of mirrors. Nobody trusts anyone because deep down, we don't trust ourselves. Why does a simple coffee date sometimes feel transactional? Why does networking feel like subtle exploitation? Why does buying something luxury feel hollow? Because when shadow dominates, everything is framed around taking, not giving. The collective mantra becomes, "What can I get?" instead of, "What can I give?" But here's the twist. This isn't hopeless. The shadow isn't the enemy. The shadow is actually the key. Jung said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." When you face your shadow, you stop outsourcing your wholeness. You stop expecting products or relationships to fill your emptiness because you've learned to meet yourself there first. Instead of being manipulated by loneliness, you own it and turn it into deeper self-connection. Instead of being consumed by envy, you transform it into inspiration. Instead of being hijacked by fear, you integrate it and use it as awareness. The scam works only if you remain unconscious. Once you shine a light on your shadow, the scam collapses because nobody can sell you what you've already claimed inside yourself. So how does an awakened soul survive in this environment? By flipping the script. See the projection game. When someone tries to manipulate you, instead of reacting, recognize it as their shadow leaking out. This makes you less reactive and more grounded. Practice radical transparency. Not fake oversharing, but genuine clarity. The more transparent you are with yourself and others, the harder it is to be caught in deception. Seek depth over surface. Instead of chasing endless novelty, choose experiences and relationships that nourish. Presence over performance. Substance over spectacle. Detach from the endless transaction. Not everything needs to be a trade. Give without expecting. Rest without earning it. Love without calculating. This breaks the economy of extraction. When you live this way, you become like an immune system in a sick culture. Others will still perform and scam, but you won't be hooked by it. You'll see through it. And that seeing is liberation. The real scam isn't just out there. It's the belief that you are powerless against it. You are not just a consumer of illusions. You're a creator of reality. Once you start integrating your shadow, you stop playing the game of masks. You become more whole, more authentic, and ironically more trustworthy in a world starving for something real. This is the path Jung pointed toward. Individuation, becoming undivided. When you are whole, scams lose their grip because nothing real can be taken from you. So yes, the world feels like a scam, but that doesn't mean your life has to be. Your power lies in refusing to run from your own depths, in reclaiming the parts of you that have been hiding in the dark. When you do that, you stop being prey to deception. You start radiating authenticity, and that is the rarest currency of all. The scam loses power the moment you see it for what it is. So keep seeing, keep integrating, and keep awakening. Welcome to Empire of the Mind. Subscribe and turn on notification button for more videos.